Against all common sense, FCC approves T-Mobile-Sprint merger. This happened yesterday, and this is by Carl Bode, who does a pretty good job on tech issues and net neutrality issues. 40 years of U.S. telecom history shows that mindless telecom mergers kills jobs, worsens service, and raises prices. So why are we still doing this? So yesterday, the FCC approved its merger of T-Mobile's. It improved the merger of T-Mobile and Sprint, which was a $26 billion merger. This is a mega deal that most objective data suggests will result in higher prices, fewer jobs, and even worse service from one of the most disliked industries in America. In its finalized order confirming a 3-2 vote along partisan lines, the FCC insists that the deal will result in amazing benefits for American consumers, ranging from accelerated deployment of fifth-generation 5G wireless networks to enhanced competition in the wake of the deal. It will bring the benefits of the next generation of wireless technology to American consumers and advance American leadership in 5G. This is what Ajit Pai claims. It would help millions in rural America benefit from high-speed 5G mobile broadband service, and it would promote competition. It would do none of those things. First of all, it would make people in rural areas worse off because the way broadband is deployed in rural areas is all these big companies, these big for-profit national companies who have an organized duopoly around the country, your Comcast, your AT&Ts, what they do is they assess an area, and if they don't think they can make enough money there, they don't offer anything worthwhile. They offer really shoddy internet service because they don't want to build further, because they don't feel like it's worth their time. So another merger where there's even less companies and another merger to participate in this organized duopoly, which is essentially what they have via mergers, rural broadband will become even worse. That's why we need municipal city-owned internet all across the country, and that's why a lot of rural areas are getting it. They're getting it because the city wants it, and they don't have to worry about the big cable companies fighting them on it because the big cable companies didn't bother to go there anyway. So they're able to build their own via their city. So it wouldn't do that. It would promote competition. No, it wouldn't. You're merging further. You're eliminating competition. And it would bring the benefits of the next generation of wireless technology to American consumers and advance American leadership in 5G. That's what he says. And it wouldn't do that either. So it wouldn't even do any of the things he said it would do. It would actually do the opposite. It wouldn't bring the benefits because it would stifle innovation because there would be less people trying to make, or less entities rather, trying to make new products. So it would stifle that. That's just basic econ, by the way. It would stifle any type of innovation, 5G or otherwise, which, by the way, 5G still has some safety concerns. It would help millions in rural America benefit from high-speed 5G mobile broadband service. No, it would do the opposite because there would just be less companies that would want to invest in areas. And it would promote competition. No, it wouldn't. It would do the opposite because, again, this is a merger. Mergers eliminate competition. Doublespeak is what Ajit Pai does best. This is a prime example of war is peace, freedom is slavery, whatever. This is Orwell doublespeak. All the things he's saying, it will do the opposite. And the article goes on to point this out. History and Pai's fellow commissioners tell a decidedly different story. We've all seen what happens. This is what Rosenworcel said, one of the commissioners who was against this. And she said that mindless consolidation has a proven track record of making things worse for U.S. consumers, not better. We've all seen what happens when market concentration increases following a merger. A condensed airline industry brought us baggage fees and smaller seats, even as the price of fuel fell. A condensed pharmaceutical industry has led to a handful of drug companies raising the prices of life-saving medications, taking advantage of those struggling with illness. There's no reason to think the mobile phone industry will be any different. It won't. She's right. Now, the one good news here, Bernie Sanders has spoken out about this. He said this merger is terrible. He said if elected president, he'll start breaking this stuff up. And I believe him. I think he would. So hopefully some of these dangerous mergers have been undone. But the Trump FCC has been a disaster upon a disaster. They repealed net neutrality. They're trying to carve the way for a post-net neutrality world. And now they're doing all these mergers. They're doing all these mergers in the meantime, which will contribute to a post-net neutrality world because all these mergers, now streaming services are combining with content providers and stuff like that, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get their own streaming service. They're trying to get their own subscription service, kind of like a Netflix, because what they want to do, they want to have their subscription service. So you buy it the same way you buy cable television. And then they're slowly going to stamp out all the competition that they have, which is other people and other content creators, because they're going to be able to pay the fees to make their content load faster. Independent creators like me, like all the other shows, and like on YouTube, they won't be able to compete. So the internet will look like cable television 2.0. That's what they're trying to do. That is exactly what they're trying to do.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your